In Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, a woman walked in, and right from the start, she disrespected the judge. She said loudly,
"I'm not paying any fine. Do whatever you want!"
Judge Caprio, known across the world for his kindness and compassion, calmly offered her a payment plan to make it easier. But her attitude only grew worse. She repeated, "Do whatever you want. I'm not paying anyway." And in that moment, for the very first time, the world's kindest judge lost his temper. This courtroom exchange was never published. But years later, Judge Caprio himself revealed it in his book, a moment that changed his life forever. Welcome to the Curivox. Who would have thought that a boy who once polished shoes on the streets just to afford school would one day be remembered as the world's nicest judge? Francesco Frank Caprio was born in 1936 in Providence, Rhode Island. He grew up in a poor Italian immigrant family. His father worked as a milkman, his mother as a homemaker. Money was always tight. As a child, Frank would wake up early, shine shoes for strangers, and deliver newspapers just to help support his family. But even in those days of hardship, he had one dream: education. Frank was the first in his family to go to college, but life wasn't easy. He worked multiple jobs while attending school, from cutting meat in a butcher shop to sweeping floors. At night, when others were asleep, he studied law books under dim lights. People doubted him, saying, "A poor kid can't become a lawyer." But Frank refused to give up. In 1965, he finally achieved what once seemed impossible. He became a lawyer. The judge with a heart. Years later, Frank Caprio was appointed as chief municipal judge in Providence. Here he built a reputation unlike any other judge. Instead of cold punishment, he gave people understanding. Instead of harsh word, he gave them hope. Videos of his courtroom decisions went viral across the world. A single father struggling with bills, Caprio waived the fine. An old woman living on Social Security. He offered her compassion instead of judgment. For millions of people, Judge Caprio became a symbol of justice with humanity. The moment of anger. But that one woman who insulted him in court tested his patience like never before. When she said, "I will never pay, do whatever you want," Caprio raised his voice. He told her, "Justice is not about you. It's about fairness for everyone. If you refuse to respect the law, then you refuse to respect this community." It was a rare glimpse of anger from a man who was always calm. And it reminded the world that kindness is not weakness, it's strength. After decades of service, Judge Frank Caprio retired in 2023. By then, he had already touched millions of hearts around the globe, from a poor boy polishing shoes to a man who redefined justice. Frank Caprio's story is not just about law. It's about compassion, resilience, and the belief that every person deserves to be heard. This was the story of the world's nicest judge. If you believe kindness can change the world, share this story with someone who needs to hear it today.